Hello, YouTube. It's a Monday recap episode. So, last week I did not upload a lot of videos, as you can tell. The boys were homesick pretty much all week, and then by the end of the week, the littlest girl was homesick too. So, we had a house full of kids, and it doesn't make for the greatest recording studio when that's going on. So, I wasn't going to bother everybody with that going on. But during all that time, I kept all the exciting stuff out of that week, so hopefully this week we can jam all that in. Last week it was pretty jam packed with a lot of AFK grind stuff that nobody is going to watch. So, what are some of those that we knocked out? I did a ludicrous amount of quests. Like, most of the ones that we can get done that have any kind of relevancy at all to really having any kind of impact in our league, we got done. Biggest one being where we are right now. The Fremennik Exiles quest is knocked out. This gives us access to the really good face guard that we have to get a Basilisk Jaw from. We have a Nezinot helm as our best in slot helmet right now. And when we get that jaw, it's pretty much going to be like our end game helmet, basically. So that will hopefully push us into God Wars dungeon and being able to kill some of those bosses. Early last week, I did some Dagannoth kills. Got, I want to say roughly 10 of each, maybe a little bit more of Rex. But there was nothing super exciting. And I recorded a couple of kills but scrapped the footage because Dagannoth Kings is kind of toxic in Trailblazer. If you're not in like the private Slayer cave thing, then you kind of deal with crashers the whole time. And basically, like in Trailblazer League or any Iron Man at all, how this works is, let's say I'm like mid kill on a boss or any monster really. All they gotta do is run over and like tag it, not even deal damage, just shoot it or slap it, whatever. They could poke it with like a freaking worm. It doesn't matter. If they did any kind of impact at all, then I don't get loot from it anymore. And I don't know why Dagannoth Kings is this way, but literally I'll be sitting there doing my rotation of killing the three of them. Someone will log in, see that the world is occupied, shoot my Dagannoth King that I'm currently killing, and then just log out. And it's like, I assume they're world hopping, trying to find a clear world, and it's like, what did I do to upset you? So people are just like super toxic at Dag Kings, and it's really unfortunate, but eventually we're gonna have to grind out those rings. That we have to. Like, that's where our best in slot's gonna come from. It's gonna be another one of those annoying grinds, just like Barb Assault. Like, dealing with other people is so frustrating from time to time. Speaking of Barb Assault, though, I decided to nut up and ground out the fighter torso. That was a huge boost to our damage and our melee relics and everything. Just the strength bonus from that is going to be huge. I really do think that is going to be our chest plate we use for most of God Wars Dungeon. If we melee Vorkath, I'll probably be using that. Simply because of the strength bonus. And the other thought process I had was I was going to use the granite body, also from Barb Assault, just for a different requirement. I actually had that quite some time ago, but didn't think it was going to be that good. But I was reviewing the stats on it, and defensively, it's awesome. So, as a defensive chest plate, if I notice we are getting our asses whooped at God Wars Dungeon when we progress to that point, then we'll probably slap that on and hope that it fixes a lot of our problems. We'll see, though. I do think the 15% fluid strike buff is going to be enough to where I can just wear the fire torso and be totally okay. One of the biggest grinds in Trailblazer I tackled last week, and I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was. I truly thought this would be, a couple hour grind, get it out of the way, knock it out this week or last week, and we'll be on our merry way. Boy, was I wrong. It is huge regret on my part, but it's done with, so we're moving on with our life. And that was full prospector. To put this into perspective, guys, I was 78 mining before tackling that grind. I'm currently 97. I gained almost 8 million experience grinding full prospector and Trailblazer. So, I don't know if I was just unlucky. I don't know. I have looked into it to see if people are experiencing similar rates. It's pretty mixed. So I think it's just kind of RNG. Some people are having all kinds of trouble getting it. Some people are just, this is about average time. On my main account, I did that grind in I would say probably about 9-10 hours, all in total, because I broke it up a little bit. In Trailblazer League, I think it took me nearly 27 hours. That's insane. There's so many inventories of pay dirt where it was mined pay dirt and dumped it off and looked in the thing, and there's none. No nuggets. Alright, that's fine. Go to the next one. Next inventory, same thing. Okay, 2 in a row. Alright. Next inventory, same thing. Does that for 7 inventories straight. It's I'm wondering if my game's glitched. Did someone just turn off my gold nugget drop rate? What's going on? And I don't know if the league multipliers affecting the drop rate or something. Maybe the 3 times loot multiplier specifically. I'm not sure, but it was awful. Superior. So this might be good. Come on, fingers crossed, guys. Get this on video. Get that draw drop on video. That'd be sweet. So that grind was absolutely awful, and I hope to never go back to Motherland Mine this entire league. But so let's talk about what we're doing right now. So I completed Friendly Exiles, and we're farming a super, super, super rare drop from Basilisk Knights and this Basilisk Sentinel while training Slayer. So I glanced over my stats, but we'll go over there in just a little bit here, talk about that. So the main reason we're here is Basilisk Jaw. This is with the 3 times drop rate, this is a 1 in 1,000 while on Slayer task drop rate. So I don't expect it to get it on my first task, which this is my first task. But I hope to get one soon, but it's a 1 in 1,000. It's not guaranteed. So fingers crossed on that. Next notable thing, they drop a good amount of blood runes and a good amount of astral runes. Bloods are just going to be super good for just all of our mage grinds. Thermonuclear Smoke Devil, some more Cave Kraken. Those are the 2 main things I'm going to use my bloods for. I don't think we were going to really use magic in God Wars Dungeon at all, so I'm not too worried about that. These astral runes, I have a newfound respect for them. In the main game, I hardly ever use astral runes. It's mostly with the Lunar Spellbook. I did not realize how incredibly powerful they are for Iron Man. I've been passively training mage with Plank Make since we have all the Lunar quests done. So all of our setup for construction is starting to pay off now, because I planted 2 teak trees and a mahogany tree on our fossil island just to have a free, reliable source of those logs. So therefore, when we do start the major push on construction, I can just AFK out there and just chop some logs and passively get that stuff without huge travel times. You just go through the shortcut, boom, right to the bank. So that's easy, super chill grind. So these astral runes, doing the plank make stuff, newfound respect for astral runes. Call out to that. And so those are 2 huge things. It drops death runes, same thing as the bloods, just not as good. Huge high alch values with these rune items. So fingers crossed on that. That's more of a lesser point though, just because money has not been an issue really. So one thing that I didn't even think about with the superior spawn rate relic, they have you're killing superiors. They have a chance to drop imbued parts. So, not very lucky. So, with that thought, a Superior Heart ALKs for 300k. It's incredible. So, when we get another one, it's 300k in our pocket. And I've been farming Cuirass like crazy, just simply because they're really good herbs. Help our herb lore out quite a bit. And, that's a lot of superiors per task. Typically when I pick up a Cuirass task, I'm looking at 5-6 superiors in one task. It's pretty awesome. It's good XP, and also it's good clues. It's good hard clue. It's a source of great clue value. However, clues suck this league, so we're having trouble there. They did make a news post, addressing the clue thing. Basically saying that we understand that the community is not happy, and clues are basically uncompletable, but they don't really know what to do because they feel like, and I kind of get what they're coming from, because everyone's concerned about okay, the area lock stuff is interfering with clues. So since I am Fremi, Asgarnia, Kandarin, Misselin, and Karamja, if I get a wilderness step, I can't complete it. There's a lot of wilderness steps on hard clues, makes them really difficult to complete, but it's possible. I would say it's probably about 1 in 10 clues you can actually complete. And if you're juggling them, you're probably making it a little bit better. However, hypothetically speaking, if you do take away the aspect of the uncompletable clues, you just let everyone have steps in their areas, one, it makes some clues stupidly easy, because let's think about it. If I'm Tyrwin, Fremennik, Mauritania, there's really only a couple of steps. There's not a ton of steps, so you get the same ones over and over and over again. And you can just churn out thousands of clues, just like that. And at the end of the day, if you think about that, well, then the Slayer thing's the pick anyway. That completely nerfs the Relic Seeker relic, because yes, they get these stackable clues and they get them more often, but if you're getting superiors, you get a lot of clues anyway. So really, you just lose out. You just lose out on the ability to pick your Slayer task, which is probably where you're getting clues from anyway. And I guess the concern is they don't want to make Relic Seeker outright unpickable, and I still think that's how it's sitting, even without them changing anything, because if clues are hard to complete, then picking Relic Seekers, it might help it, but they're still hard. You know what I mean? Why not just okay, I'll just pick a relic that helps me passively through picking my Slayer task, so, and more superiors, which kind of seems like a win-win. But so I understand where they're coming from. They're trying to not make Relic Seeker just total dog shit, but I think at the end of the day they're fighting a losing battle, just making players upset. But I don't know. I think you're the developer. You make the call. Can't cater to whiners. So so hard clues really hard to complete. I think I've completed 2. So we've gotten a unique from 1, so I got that task knocked out. But there's a lot. If we really want to push for gear from hard clues, there's a lot we need from hard clues. Namely, a lot of the Blessed D'hide. Blessed D'hide's going to help it huge if we end up getting it. Prayer bonus on our D'hide gear is massively good. I really want to push on completing some medium clues, because Rangers are what turn into Pegasians. So that's going to be an awful grind, but gosh, I'm not looking forward to that one. That one's going to be rough. But fingers crossed. And with all of that in mind, it's what is the next step? We got a lot ahead of us. So main goal, still Vorkath, man. I'll be honest with everyone. I will straight up be honest with everybody. I did a Vorkath run on my main recently in very similar gear to what I have now. I think the only difference, really, obviously I wasn't wearing a mirror shield. I had better consumables, so that's one thing. And I think I had the assembler rather than the accumulator, because that's just what I have on my main. So, and also on my main, I don't have the levels. I don't have, the 99s and stuff that I have on here. So I would call it fairly equal. Now, when it comes to it, how did I do? I absolutely destroyed Warcath. So I'm feeling really good about it. Like, Black D'hide kill on Vorkath. It's a little sketch, but his character's OP. I got this Fluid Strikes buff, and I got all this damage bonus. So I just from the damage boost from the relic, I just innately have a Slayer helmet. It's pretty strong. So yeah, when it comes to the series goal of killing Vorkath, I'm pretty confident. I will say, if that happens in the next couple of episodes, if we just, I'm feeling good enough to where we're going to go after Vorkath, and we go down him and we do it, that'll probably mark the end of the series. At least season 1. I shouldn't say series. It'll mark the end of season 1, and I will probably, within a week after that, start up season 2. Now, I don't know what season 2 will entail. It'll just be one of those things where you have to get there. Now, goals that I want to achieve before we take down Vorky. I obviously want more Dag Kings. I want our ring slot. I don't want to go into Vorkath with the Ring of Wealth, but that could take a bit. Another thought process was I want to 99 most of my combat stats. Prayer is going to be the hardest one, so probably not that one, but who knows? From killing Kurosks, I have a metric shit ton of big bones in the bank, and I am just kind of waiting on getting my construction up high enough to where we can make a gilded altar and make use of it. So that's the thought process there. Right now, let's go over stats. What did I do last week? What was going on in Kain's world? So basically, Kain pulled a real stupid. Early on, I was making this huge push for Hunter. I really wanted to smash out a lot of Hunter, and most of that was just because I wanted to chin. I went over to the chinning area and checked it out. Chins are basically empty, so yep. Oops, blunder there, but how was I supposed to know? I thought red chins were going to be like meta, because nobody was going to go after black chins, and Kriara is, people chinner. So, oh well. Anyway, so the chinning was a huge blunder. Next blunder, because that's all last week was apparently. I knew that Herbivore was 80 Hunter. However, I also thought Herbivore was 80 Herblore. So, was a huge surprise when I ran over and checked out Herbivore before 80 Herblore, and it was letting me do him. And I was totally confused because they're like, oh, okay, it's letting me hunt him, but I probably can't harvest him. And then it let me harvest him. I was like, whoa, wait, what? So, apparently how Herbivore works, new to me now. You need 80 Hunter to hunt him. You need 31 Herblore to harvest him. But the herbs you get from Herbivore is based off of your Herblore level. And people normally wait till 77 to Herbivore because that is the minimum cutoff level that you can receive a Torstol from Herbivore. And now once you hit 77, you have access to the whole spectrum of herbs other than Toadflax. So that's probably what was in my mind and what I was remembering. Now, I guess I pulled that from my memory and pushed it into Trailblazer with the thought of, okay, 80 Hunter, probably 80 Herblore. I don't know. I don't know what goes through my head. I'm lunatic half the time, so it's something I just deal with. Anyway, so Herbivore, we knocked out a good amount of Herbivore. I did 100 runs. I think I'm sitting on 115 of them just to see how it was. Oh, it's incredible. Absolutely awesome hunter XP. I would if you're playing Trailblazer and you need an easy way to 99 your hunter, dude, herbivore all the way. Absolutely. Very, very easy. No combat requirements at all. And you're basically just running around the island just chasing down this pig. And you get really, really solid amount of herbs out of it. So I've got that boon going for my account. I've been like hardcore smashing out a good amount of herblore levels, just in at 82. So I really made that push because I wanted to make Sarah brews and start utilizing our crap load of bird's nests. We have a ton. We're never going to run out of Sarah brews. As long as we got toad flax seeds, we have Sarah brews, which we currently have toad flax seeds, so no worries there. So that was a huge thing that we wanted to push on. Knocking out tons of herbivore. There is a task associated to getting a Torstol herb from herbivore. I really do want to knock that out because it's easy. And there's a just outright kill count task for herbivore. And it's a ton. So we'll see how many we get by the end of the league, but that's a thought in my back of my head too. And I'm having fun doing herbivore. It's really, really chill. Just running around island, clicking, whatever. Get my hunter's levels up. Hopefully, fingers crossed for the pet. He's one of my favorite pets in the game. I love that stupid little pig. I showed my girlfriend and was like, hey, look how cute this thing is. And she looked at me like I was crazy. I mean, yeah, I'm crazy, but you ain't gotta point it out to me. But so yeah, herbivore I suggest it to everybody. It's great. So that's where most of the hunter levels have come from, is herbivore. As you can see, a lot of our combat stats are through the roof. 99 hit points, 99 strength, 99 attacks coming. I actually am pushing on range right now because I want to knock that out, and it's a lot easier to train melee stats. So we're going to push range, we're going to push mage, probably, on these slayer tasks. We just unlocked knights, so perfect time to range them. If I get bored nights, we'll probably go do some Kraken. Last week it was hard to record, guys. I apologize. It was just too difficult. I kid you not. The kiddos, I would turn my camera on to record. They'd see the light and they'd freak out. Like, oh my gosh. Like moths to a flame, man. They got to check it out. But I love little guys. It's tough to knock them. They just make recording really difficult. So it was fun having them home for the week, but it's also nice having them not home for the week. Fingers crossed that they stay at school. COVID is, I hate it so much. Anyway, enough of that rant. So, combat stats. We are sitting on 90 plus on all of them except for prayer. Like I said, prayer is going to be tough. That gilded altar is going to make it a hell of a lot easier, but it's still going to be tough. So, other than that, I already complained about, 8 million mining XP last week. And that's no joke. Oh, God. If I never step in Motherlode Mine ever again, I'll be content. So, with the mining grind came a ton of smithing XP. And you might be like, oh, wow, yeah, 82 smithing. That's a good amount. Well, let me just tell you. Yeah, it's a good amount. But 82 smithing, I only smith the gold ore. Yep. I didn't smith anything else. 82 smithing. I went from like 74 smithing to 82 with just the gold ore. Yeah. It hurts me just thinking about it. So we have a ton of Addy. We have a ton of rune. And we got a good amount of coal, but I don't think we have enough coal still. So we'll probably end up having to mine some more. We ain't doing it in the Motherlode mine, though. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care. You can be like, oh, grind for the coal bag, grind for the jet bag. No. Fuck that. So, smithing XP came along with the mining XP. I pushed a lot on fishing last week, just because it's AFK. Got a little bit more. And I told you about the herblore already. Came from herbivore, came from Kirasks. Pretty much exclusively those two spots. Just passively making whatever herbs we were growing at the time, along with the herbs dropped from those two sources. And a mini game that helps out a ton with those is creature creation, because red spider eggs and unicorn horns and all these different like weird places to get your secondary items are really good if you didn't pick botanist. I can turn like one spider egg into 6. It's pretty awesome. So you just kind of like shrug it off instead of just camping those respawn spots like most people are doing. You just take them down there and get a bunch. So let's think about something else here. Thieving I've not touched. I've thieved master farmers to keep our birdhouse runs going, but that's about it. With the fishing that we did, it passively leveled up cooking. I also got a bunch of monkfish from Kraken, so that gave us a bunch of levels too. I think it gave us like 500, 600 monkfish, so there's a ton of cooking XP. And we don't burn those anymore, so every time we get a monkfish, it just means cooking XP. Bunch of crafting. I'm trying to remember how I did this. How did I level my crafting? Obviously, I've been having a ton of gem cuts. We did a bunch of glass blowing. Man, how else did I... Oh, we picked up a couple blue drag tasks and leveled it that way. Man, I feel like there's other ways that we leveled it though. I've tried a lot of methods with crafting just to try and like get it knocked out, but yeah, I think a lot of it was just glass blowing, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I was making. Yeah, I think that was it really. Glass blowing and the gem cuts. God, that sounds awful. Yeah, crafting's tough for Iron Man. I have a newfound respect for that. So all you Iron Men out there, like, kudos to you if you've got your 99 crafting. It's annoying. But with the crafting leveled, we made our glory. We have a combat bracelet, but the main reason I pushed for specifically 84, it got pushed to 85, but specifically 84, we have our regen bracelet. So, and it works with our relics. It's awesome. It works with the relic. It works with the prayer. So, it's insane. In fact, here, let me get hit by this. I'll show you guys. It's crazy. Come on. Okay, that's 10. And once he's dead, I'll show you. Oops. But watch this. See this little bar taking around? Okay, that's just the relic. I'm not using the prayer. I'm not using anything else. Oh, I guess our regen bracelet. That's a relic regen bracelet. Watch this. Once it hits that point. And boom. Holy crap. And this prayer takes like, I could have this prayer on, I've only got 3 prayer bonus, 14 minutes? It's crazy. It's incredible. I am blown away by that relic. So, my thought processes with the regen bracelet were totally true, and I am so happy that works. And that's not even talking about the whole life steal from draining strikes. So 6th relic, oh, it's awesome. We're sitting on 20k points, a little over, nearly 400 tasks. So we're doing good in Trailblazer, but once we start killing bosses, we'll be doing really good in Trailblazer. Like, there's people that I've been, playing throughout the game with that have like 30k points, but they're always wearing like BCP and tassets, and they're geared from like God Wars and all this crap, and it's like I haven't touched that stuff yet. I'm at 20k. Simply killing each of the bosses in God Wars Dungeon is 250 points. So that's a K. Just those 4 bosses, and there's so many bosses I haven't touched. I haven't touched Cerberus yet. I haven't touched Thermi yet. So I haven't touched Vorkath yet. And all these bosses have like 100 kill count achievements, or tasks, sorry. So, another 250. Like, not to mention, every time you get one of their drops, 250. It's through the roof. So we're sitting on 95 Slayer. I can go do Thermi now. I can go do Cerberus. Can do all these grinds. But like I said, I was trying to put it off till this week. Knock out all those big grinds when you guys are able to see it happen, and I can actually record the footage. Construction. We made a big push with construction because our tree setup is good. We have the 2 cheeks and 1 mahogany. I cannot, for the life of me, remember where I got the mahogany tree seed. Ancient Wyverns. We got 2 mahogany seeds from Ancient Wyverns. The main reason I wanted specifically 2, and we got 2, was because eventually in this construction grind, I'm going to want to transition out of making the Mythscape mount and move into making mahogany tables, because mahogany tables are more XP per inventory slot, and it's also just every XP drop is bigger. But we have a ton of teaks right now, so we're going to use those, and we can already make mahogany tables, but we're going to utilize the teaks we've got first before we push into mahogany, and the amount of mahoganies I have is significantly less than the teaks. And I think we're only like, I'm trying to think if we're halfway through the teaks. I can't remember. But, oh man, we are not getting lucky. 97 natures. But, yeah, we're only like a small percentage of the way through our teaks, so it's not a huge worry. But once the teaks run out, we'll see how high level we get with it. Farming is sitting at 80. This is just passively getting leveled by doing our fruit tree runs and our tree runs. I'm not gonna lie, this is the one thing I've been super lazy about. I shouldn't be. This is a time gated thing. I should really be focusing on it. But doing tree runs is incredibly boring, so just kind of over it. I've been really slacking on rune crafting. Rune crafting is pretty easy because we have access to the Astral Rune Altar and ZMI. ZMI is the more beneficial one because it's more XP. However, it is a longer run. So I got to do some testing and figure out if it is worth more to do the ZMI Altar or the Astral Rune Altar. Because Astral Rune Altar is super fast, but it's, you don't get as much XP per essence drop. So we'll have to do some testing and figure out what's more XP per hour, and then I'm gonna need rune essence too. But hopefully we get some good drops, so I don't have to go mine some of it. But we will see. Let's see what else we got. Woodcutting, just kind of been passively leveling that through getting the teak logs, and that's probably how it's gonna end up continuing. There's a task to like burn a couple of like yews and all this crap. We'll get them, but I don't foresee us doing that anytime soon. Just like I don't want to go cut 100 magic logs. I'd rather not. We'll do it eventually though, I promise. So fletching, you see what I'm using for ammunition, broad bolts. It's pretty much where that's come from. But yeah, that's pretty much most of the skilling that we've done. A lot of quests, a lot of just AFK skilling. And we're 1998 total level. I didn't even realize that. So if we do 99 our range, our 99 range will be our 2000 total level. That's pretty exciting. It's a big task point drop. I just noticed that's pretty cool. Unless our Slayer levels up. Oh, our Slayer's gonna level up before 99 range, I think. Oh well. That would have been cool though. So unless I don't train Slayer. No, get my head. I gotta get out my head. I'm thinking about getting stuff and getting off topic with other crap. So, yep, I think that's gonna be the wrap up of the video now for today. A little recap video. I think this is gonna be like a regular Monday thing. Every Monday I do like a recap video. If we do the next season, I'll probably keep that trend up. Just give you guys a rundown of what happened throughout the last week, like a big rundown overview, and then like what happened over the weekend. Yeah, so really hope you guys are enjoying the series. Just me just sitting here talking with you. That it's about to change. The format of videos is about to drastically change because we're going to be doing a lot more active content. There's going to be a lot more involvement with the bosses and the Slayer, it's coming in. So I'm thinking, now that I understand Dag Kings a good amount and have that pretty much down, we'll probably end up doing that relatively soon. I would say by the end of the week. Once again, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I appreciate all the views, guys. I know I'm a small channel and I'm not getting a lot, but every time I open up my YouTube studio and I see that one of my videos got another view, it means the world to me, and this is just kind of like a passion thing. So it warms my heart seeing that people are actually like taking a liking to the series and watching my dumbass do what I would consider really boring stuff. But hopefully it gets a little more exciting in these next couple of days. Start tackling some bosses and getting some sweet drops and knocking out some clue scrolls, hopefully. But this is Kain, and I'm out.